Yeah, welcome to our weekly wrap in the factory at the moment. A bit of update on a few projects. This is a billiards table light. It sits horizontally, and we've got a perimeter light for really illuminating the table felt surface, and the rest is internal ambient lighting. So that's going to a project in the coming week. So we'll get you some more footage of that. Over here we've got some cedar componentry being broken down into Cellar components. This is our pedestal Basin Kit. We've been putting together some kits, so we're offering the finished product. People can buy a finished pedestal basin in various timbers, or they can buy all the componentry ready for assembly, or they can purchase the raw material and manufacture and assemble themselves. So this is raw material. There's 36 40x17s for the sides, and they're routed, so there's a custom set of router bits, male, female, for your interlocking connections, and then a basin waist, and then the timber to make the round base of the basin. So you see more of that. Tool-wise, we've been having a bit of an issue with our large festal domino, a bit of grinding sounds, and we're getting the oscillation from side to side, but we're not getting the turning, so have to have that looked at. Sydney project. We had a trip actually up to Sydney last week, took up part A, and that all dry fitted everything, and that all went well, and we've mocked up and taken templates of stage 2. We'll show you some of the templates in time, but we're now into all the frames. So these are all laminated frames for the fronts. It curves up. The room's round, so it's got a curved in elevation as a radius, but the actual racking then is curved up and over like a wave, and then there's an arch on each end. So, and then you're also dealing with different depths of rock that's been mined out in the alcove. So a lot going on, and this one's going to be all a side bottle display. So we've got lighting that lights up the bottle labels, and also lighting that lights up the rock behind. Very interesting project, and next stage is underway. This is actually this is behind. So you've got this would be the rock face here, and that's the back of the curve running around. And now the racking comes up and curves out towards the front, and then you've got the arch section on the end. So that's part, there's two parts. This is the second part. They join together, and it's all been mocked up to fit the space and work out, where some additional rock needs to be, mined out. So we've made up a lot of jigs just to try and, I think there's like 40 frames to make. So we've, rather than doing one a day for 40 days, we've made a lot of jigs and getting through it a bit quicker. Some more set out stuff happening here. As you can see, the French Cleat display board there is nice and unfinished. We will get to do that at some point. And but if you focus in on here, on our router bits, that's what the rest could look like one day. If we come through further, we'll probably walk down the middle if you like. The table tennis legs are progressing. So 1 and 2. I've just got some final gluing up to do on those. And then our hydraulic legs are here now. So these are 4 legs, sit in the top of each one, actually they sit in here, and then they extend out with the tabletop. So there's 4 of them that come up evenly and will do its thing. So that's progressing. What else we got here? I think that's it. Oh yes, we've got some pizza trays here. We've been practicing our pizza dough. We can show you some more on that in time. Yes, also the truck doors. We've got stage 2 of this. The first stage, we made up these door panels. You can see quite a bit of curvature and shape in the door, but it's too thick for the client's liking. So these are getting remade in a much thinner dimension. But not all's lost. I think this was a 12mm lamination. So we're now working on a 6mm lamination. So I think a 6mm, that's 4 lots of 1.5 with a 0.5mm veneer finish on top. I think if we vacuum sealed them to the door, being so thin, I think it would pick up too much shape and pick up imperfections and other aspects of the door. So these will come in handy because we'll be using these as the template. So we can laminate up the thinner door frame on this and use this as our main frame. So got that to do over the coming weeks, or this weekend. So that's that, and then we'll show you quickly passata boiling. We'll talk about that another day. Now the trip to Sydney was quite eventful. On the way back, we hit a kangaroo, which is not ideal, but car didn't fare too well. It's pushed the radiator and back into the engine, but everyone was okay except obviously for the kangaroo. So that was part of that trip. And then we'll have a look over here. Yeah, the pod is complete. So I've set the space up for viewing. We're about to send out all our media release and get that all tracking. So exciting times. A little sneak preview if you haven't seen it before. That's our hidden bathroom. Lights pop on, and then we've got 200 lights behind tiles, so quite a special space. That's a pedestal basin we were just talking about before. We'll be offering that as a standalone purchase item, or the option of building it yourself. This is the Ginkgo Pod, Japanese inspired mood board here, based on the ginkgo leaf with colour and texture. So this is our pod, and you can check that out too. I think that finishes the wrap for this week. Thanks for watching.